G'day guys! For those of you who have been following this channel for a while, you will know that I actually had a lot of success and were well known for playing the Emperor's Children back in 8th and 9th edition. So today I want to react to the new Emperor's Children releases that have come out on Warhammer Community. And also for those of you who have been following me on Facebook, you'll know that I had some pretty hot takes and controversial opinions about the new Fulgrim model. And so let's see, I haven't actually looked at this new range yet. I thought what would be really interesting is to do a live react where I'm going to pull up the video and we'll go through it together, and I'll basically play and pause and share my thoughts. So if that's something that you're interested in, let's get stuck into it.
Look for the blood god.
Alrighty guys, here we have the YouTube video put out by Warhammer TV. Let's have a look at the new Emperor's Children and see if they're a little bit more impressive than the Fulgrim model that's been released so far. Cool music, I like that. Ooh, look at this lad. Alright, we got our first Noise Marine. Big fan of this Sonic Blaster there, very cool. Like the helmet. There's not much else to really see in this picture. Let's continue. Oh, here we go. We got all of them. Yeah, these guys look sick. It's interesting that they've all got the backpacks with the speakers on them. That used to be like a special upgrade for the Noise Marines. It used to be that, you know, you'd have the Sergeant would have the speakers on the backpack and everyone else would have a standard backpack. So that does make me wonder if there's going to be a change in war gear loadouts for these guys. Very cool though. I like the sort of toes that they've got on the feet. That's a nice touch. What else have we got here? We've got the Sonic Blasters look amazing. Like the angry looking face with the speaker mount there. The all of these little, you know, dials or vials or whatever you want to call them on the back, and the ones coming off the front as well. Very, very cool. And I also am quite a big fan of this little vial of energy here, where you can see it's sort of got a bit of a warp swirl painted on the side. That would be very difficult to do, but it looks fantastic. I also quite like the helms on these guys. The helmets to me always make or break a model. The head, the face, the helmet. It's one of the things that's like, if it's not done right, it can actually just ruin a model. And these are done quite well. I mean, I say that, and then there's whatever the fuck this is. What is that? That's rubbish. Those cheekbones. I mean, if you were charitable, you know, it looks almost like he's wearing somebody else's face as a mask. Which, if they did that a little bit more obvious, that would be really cool. Like, if you could see, like, the Vox grill of the helmet underneath, and it was like they've strapped a face on over the top, that would be really cool. This kind of looks like a guy who's, you know, had plastic surgery fails. It looks like something you'd see on the TV show Botched. And I know the Emperor's Children are renowned for, like, draping skin of their enemies over their armor, which looks like is probably what's happened on the chest plate here. So that's really cool. That has massive potential, but that face is hideous. You definitely, whatever the alternative head is, doesn't matter what it is, the alternative head is the one you're putting on this guy. For sure. But lots of Slaanesh symbols on there, which is kind of cool. Oh, look at this lad. Very old school look. I like that. Studs on the pistol. Studs on the shoulder. Reaching for his blade. I like this guy. It's good. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, where the helm can really make or break the model. The helm on this guy is sick. The helm on this guy is cool. Even this, I'm not a huge fan of exposed faces and exposed skin, but like this guy's cool. You know, he just looks like a lad with some scar tissue, and he's a war-torn veteran. He's cool. That though is an absolute abomination. He looks as unhappy with his own face as I am. Like, look at the look on his face. What is with the eyebrows? That's insane. Cool whip, though. I like the whip. And the pistol. This guy's a lad, though. I really like that. I don't know what the Tormentors are. I guess it's like their version of Legionaries. It would have been nice for World Eaters to get some version of Legionaries. Instead, we just got stuck with Berserkers. These guys seem to get Noise Marines and a version of Legionaries. But that's still cool. That guy can fuck off, though. Alright, what's going on with this guy's face? He almost looks Gene Stealer cultish. The studs on the face. These look like their new version of 8-Bound, the Slaneshi version. This guy's a lad. That's cool. That pose, very like demanding. It looks like they've got those articulated legs with the hoof and the sort of the extra joint in them. That looks really cool. And I actually really like this because the Noise Marines and the Tormentors or the Legionaries or whatever, they have that sort of the toes on their foot armor, whereas this guy's got actual hoofs that have the sort of same toe look, which is really, really cool. I love the pose. He looks like he's ready to throw down. He's got that similar sort of look on the face there where he's had skin peeled back, which I was very critical of on the Fulgrim model, and I wasn't a huge fan of, and I stand by that. I think that looked dumb. I think the rest of the model looked amazing, but that exposed wound on the front of Fulgrim I really wasn't a fan of. It looked like it was just trying to be cool for the sake of being cool, instead of trying to do something actually impressive and cool. Whereas this guy, I think it works a lot better on him, on the front there. Especially if you gave it a paint job that had a bit more gore, it'd look quite good. I'm also a big fan of the hermaphrodite style armor where they've got the breastplate on one side. That was something that was iconic of the Emperor's Children throughout the like old school artwork, so it's cool to see them, you know, nod to that. Very ornate, cool armor. Yeah, I like that. That's good. It is worth noting at this point that I'm not sure if I like or dislike the fact that these guys are very similar to 8-Bound. You know, like they're a Marine that's sort of demonic, like a possessed unit, but a specific possessed unit for the Emperor's Children. I'm a little disappointed in that, like, I felt like that's the direction they've taken the World Eaters. Like, take the Emperor's Children in a different direction, you know? Don't just do, you know, World Eaters, but they're Slanesh ones, you know? Like, make it different, make it unique, make it creative. Maybe have a mounted unit for the Emperor's Children, or maybe lean more into the shooting elements of the Emperor's Children with your sonic stuff. As opposed to going, yeah, you know how World Eaters got these 8-Bound, which were like kind of like possessed but Khorne? Well, Emperor's Children are getting, you know, the Flawless Blades, which are kind of like possessed but Slanesh. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You guys have run out of ideas, haven't you? Like the cloth coming off this guy, though. That's really cool. Yeah, he's cool. Like, look at that cape. That cape is really cool. This guy is an absolute beast. The helmet is cool. I love the almost like Roman-esque style like cloth where he's got the, you know, that breastplate and then it's like draped across. That looks really, really cool. The chains, the power fist, that giant like halberd style blade, the fact that that cloak drapes across from his back to his arm. This guy is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm a really big fan. Oh, whoa, what do we got here? I was just going to remark on that guy's, I don't even know what I was about to remark on because this has just blown my mind. What is this guy? Look at that face. He's pissed. I'd be pretty pissed if I had a giant fucking buckle in my face as well. This guy's cool. Let's keep going. Oh, dude. That sword is amazing. That pose is amazing. These big cables coming from his chest plate into this giant backpack. What is this guy? This guy's really cool. I like that. I also really like this sort of, it's almost like a half shirt, like a crop top, where he's got like the chest, but instead of it being exposed skin, it's like that sort of, you know, Under Armour, if you will. This guy doesn't want to get cold. He's wearing his thermals at all times. That's fucking sick. That is really cool. I also kind of like this nod to the Slanesh, sorry, into Eldar, where they've got like some gemstones on them. That's kind of cool as well, as a nice little sort of touch. I wonder what his rules will be. My guess is he's like a lord that you attach to Noise Marines, and he'll probably pump up their damage or something. Yeah, that's an amazing model. Look at the feet. He's got actual cloven hooves. I also like that these shin plates look somewhat Primaris-like, and you can imagine an Emperor's Children recruiting and, like, you know, corrupting Primaris Marines could be a really interesting development in the lore. That's fantastic. This guy alone is making me want to start an Emperor's Children army. That's fucking sick. Alright, we got... Oh, whoa. Hang on. Hold up. This looks like Lucius. Let's go back a little bit, though. Is he wearing fucking heels? The cunt's wearing heels. I don't know how I feel about that. I really enjoyed them on the Noise Marine model that they released, that limited edition guy. I thought that was really cool. I don't know about Lucius wearing them. How are you going to get in a duel? You're supposed to be the best duelist ever to be seen in the galaxy. Like, you're this ultimate warrior. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worn heels. I know I haven't, but I've seen women wear them, and it is difficult to do anything in heels. I don't know if I'd be wanting to go into a duel wearing heels. But I guess he's going for that sort of punk rock kind of look, which I actually really like. I like that punk rock look. Like the buckles here that hold the straps of flesh down, that's cool. The whip, even the way that they've got the white cloth with blood markings on it is very cool. I don't know if I can get on board with Lucius wearing heels, though. Sick sword. It's very basic. There's nothing too ornate about it, but it's very elegant. And it's very different than what you've seen other swords to be like, so that's really cool. Oh, yikes. I don't know about that face. Yeah, I like this array on the backpack with all the stimulant injectors and whatnot. I don't know about that face, and like I said, a face can make or break a model, and I get that Lucius is supposed to be hideous, and he's supposed to be covered from head to toe in scars and stretched skin and whatnot. That almost looks to me like a failed 3D print. Half of the time when I'm trying to print something, that's what it comes out like. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on that. Let's get a better look at his armor, though. Yeah, that helm kind of ruins it. He's got the corset. That's kind of cool. Corset style armor. That lash, which seems to come out of his shoulder pad, is kind of cool. That's a lash that comes all the way around and then whips around. Very dynamic pose. Very, very cool pose. I also like the tabard, which is some flesh. I'm yet to see a really good look at the Shriek, because he's supposed to have the armor of Shrieking Souls, which is supposed to be like all these faces in the armor of the people that he's slain, or the people that have slain him, and then he's come back through them, sort of thing. Oh yeah, you can see sort of a face there. A face there. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I like Lucius. My only real gripe is the face, but maybe that's something you could swap a helm out for. Oh yeah, and then we got the Codex. Noise Marines. These lads, Tormentors. This lad with his ripped open face. He's coming at you. The only thing about the Fulgrim model that I don't like is this gaping open wound at the front. Maybe it would look better if it had a paint job on it that was a little bit more gory and a little bit less cartoony. Like maybe if they had like blood splattered all over it. But to me, it kind of looks like it's just begging for someone to shove a melter bomb in it and blow him up. I would probably smooth that down. I also am not sold on the fact that his body is more almost slug-like. It's not riddled with scales and that like snake-like body. It's like a worm-like body, which I'm not 100% sold on. And I also don't really like his hair, the way it all just sort of flies straight back. I feel like if he had hair coming down the front as well, even if it was pressed against him, like you've still they're trying to imply motion there, and I get that. That looks cool, but it doesn't look beautiful. And Fulgrim is supposed to be like that harmony between beauty and horror, and he doesn't look beautiful to me. He looks kind of, I don't know. And this thing on the front of him, like, I know some people love it because it's supposed to be like a reference to like the what do they call them? I've lost the word. There's some movie where there's something where they have these things on them, but like it just doesn't. I've never seen that anywhere else in 40k artwork or models. So to just shove it in there now feels wrong. I get that they want to try to change things and they want to move with the times and whatnot, but it doesn't feel like it's well executed. It doesn't feel like it's in universe, and it creates a bit of a focal point on the model that detracts from the part that should be the focal point, which is like the face and the head and the armor and the chest plate and whatever. Like, it sort of draws your eye down into this just gaping hole on the front of him, which I don't like. I also feel like his wings are a bit too small. Like, they're probably not going to be able to lift him. Like, he should have big wings like Angron's. But yeah, overall, Lucius, he gets a pass. The Noise Marines, they get a pass. Whatever this lad is down here with the Sonic backpack, he gets a pass. That Lord with the spear, he gets a pass. Their Legionary equivalents, they get a pass. Their 8-band equivalent, I think they get a pass as well. Overall, pretty happy with that as a range release. It'll be interesting to see what the rules they get. Let's see if there's anything else in the video. No, I didn't think so. That's the end of it there. Revel in excess. So there you have it, guys. That is my live react to the Emperor's Children release. Fresh with no previews, so that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I would love to hear what you guys think of the Emperor's Children. It's also worth noting that I am looking to potentially play the Emperor's Children alongside my World Eaters. It's something that I had a lot of success with and a lot of fun playing in the past, in previous editions. I have given the World Eaters a solid 1.5 to 2 years worth of just direct focus, and I'm potentially looking into diversifying that and playing a little bit of the Emperor's Children as well as potentially spinning off into some Chaos Space Marines as well if they are interesting. So there's a lot of different directions that I can take this, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about the new model range, what your expectations are for Codex releases and rules, and that sort of stuff. So let's get a conversation going in the comments section below, and if you want to support the channel, head over to blogforthebloodgod.com. Alright, thanks guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Blog for the Blood God.